Welcome back to a very special episode. Today I'm proud to present you with the Mercedes-AMG G63. It's the world famous, renowned G-Wagon, and it's currently the most sought after Mercedes-Benz for sale today. That's right. If you're lucky enough to own one of these and you'd like to special order, Mercedes dealers will put your name on a wait list. The factory allocates only a handful of G63 for production each month, which means your allocation is likely to arrive in about 1.5 to 2 years. And that's precisely the reason for the crazy demand of this car. It's not surprising to see one for sale on the used market for over MSRP. And if one suddenly becomes available, dealers will charge a market premium of anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 over sticker price. And in my experience, they don't last longer than 1 or 2 days before somebody comes and picks them up. Now, the Mercedes-Benz G-Class, or Geländewagen, was first conceived in the early 1970s as an all-purpose military vehicle. But it actually originates even before then. After World War II, a former Mercedes-Benz engineer comes up with an idea for an all-purpose, rugged, all-terrain civilian vehicle. It was called the Universal Motorrad, or Unimog. And it looks something like a pickup truck mixed with a farm tractor. But Mercedes loved the idea. This genius idea was bought by Mercedes-Benz and has been used to produce countless variations, anywhere from ambulances to snowplow trucks. By 1979, the G-Wagon officially began production in Graz, Austria, which is actually the hometown of Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was entirely hand-built and available in a few body styles: 2-door convertible, 2-door wagon, and 4-door wagon. And actually the first fleet order of the G-Wagon was made by the Shah of Iran for his personal military. Since then, many countries have ordered fleets of the G-Wagon for their military division. But it wasn't until the early 2000s that the G-Wagon finally came to the US. Mercedes-Benz began importing the V8 version of this model with a lot more amenities. They dressed up the interior with high-quality leather upholstery and classic wood trim. Over the years, more and more convenience features were added, making each iteration of the G-Wagon even more modern and up-to-date. Yet it never fully offered the ride quality that you can expect from an S-Class or the GLS full-size SUV. The G-Wagon rides fairly rough, and it's meant to. Nevertheless, customers love it, and they keep coming back for more. Fast forward to 2019, and Mercedes-Benz celebrates 40 years of the G-Wagon production. And they launched a marketing campaign known as Stronger Than Time. They redesigned the G-Wagon from the ground up, making it wider and longer, but still retaining its iconic shape. The sharp edges were smoothened and the headlights got a major LED upgrade. For the first time, the front suspension is entirely independent and the G-Wagon rides better than ever. It delivers a smoother ride while still feeling solid and purposeful. There's no doubt in the G-Wagon's off-road capability. It can overcome even the most extreme off-road courses with relative ease. Here are some clips of what the G-Wagon can really do. But let's be realistic. Nobody who owns this car is ever going to take it through a safari or river of water or cut through trees and climb mountains. No. In fact, most G-Wagons will likely end up in your local shopping mall, parked in valet, or become office decoration. Hey guys, I just wanted to chime in, and if you're wondering why I'm changing my suits, it's not because I'm a magician, but because my actual day job is actually trying to sell cars like this. Since 1979, the G-Wagon basically never changed its body style. Till 2019, of course, when the new body style came out. There's only a handful of parts that carry over from the old G-Wagon. For example, the spare tire cover, the headlight washers, and the push button door handle. Now, because of this design, it retains its old school mechanical latching system that gives you that satisfying click, but also it eliminates any possibility of keyless entry like most Mercedes models offer, where you can just grab the handle and get in. We still have the square shaped rear door, and it's still heavy. You can see the shape of the doors are now a little bit more curved and rounded corners. We still get the clamshell hood. Some classic styling cues remain, like the turn signal. They're mounted on top of the fenders. On the front, we have the classic circular headlamps. But for 2019 and up, we got these new LED daytime running lights. And gosh, it looks so impressive with the new LED upgrade. And we get the AMG specific vertical lamella grille. I think that alone is the most attractive visual enhancement of the G-Wagon. It has such a presence with the new grille and bumper design. You may have noticed on some of the older models, the bull bar was actually mounted above the grille, covering the face of the car. A distinguishing characteristic of the AMG G63. Now the bull bar is on the lower part, covering the front bumper. Honestly, it looks something like a football helmet. A little metal piece covering the face of the G. So this particular G63 is spec'd in obsidian black metallic, 22-inch forged aluminum wheels. This is my favorite cross-spoke design. You can choose between silver or red painted calipers at no additional cost. Of course, the red definitely pops and definitely stands out. And then one of the most popular options is the night package. So you see the bull bar is all in gloss black. The turn signal indicators, they're in a smoked black cover. These little strips on the rear bumper are also gloss black. Normally they're satin, kind of matches the license plate cover. And the spare tire housing is also in gloss black. The G is now 3 inches wider and over 2 inches longer in wheelbase, which made plenty of room for rear seat passengers. So now it's designed for adults to comfortably sit. You can also lift forward the seat cushion, pull the lever, and maximize the cargo space. In the back, we have temperature and fan speed controls. And if you open this up, 5-volt USB outlet and a cigarette lighter. We have the exclusive black Napa leather with the diamond stitch pattern on the seats, and it carries over into the door panel here and the little knee pads right there on the center console. And on the roof line we have Dynamica microfiber suede or Alcantara. Inside, it's very much still like the old school G-Wagon. In the center, we have the 3 locking differentials. We get the grab handle. But now we get 2 12.3-inch digital displays. Now the software was actually first introduced on the 2017 E-Class. It's the NTG 5.5 software. And it's a great interface, but it's not touchscreen. In 2019, the only model with touchscreen MBUX interface was the A-Class. And then the 2020 GLE got the same technology. So hopefully in the future, the G-Wagon will get the touchscreen interface. For now, we get a touchpad controller and rotary wheel. So you can scroll to zoom in and out of the nav system. You can press home and scroll through different menu options. It's fairly easy to use. We get a variety of different color choices for the ambient lighting, and it lights up even around the display cluster. But now we get electric assisted power steering compared to the old school hydraulic system. Now with the driver assistance technologies, when you have your cruise control set, you can change the following distance, and it has active lane keeping. So momentarily the car can steer itself to keep within the lanes, which the old model did not have. We also get parking assistance. So the backup camera is standard, but you can get the surround view system with camera angles from the rear, sides, front, and wide angle front. And not only that, but if you watch my last video on the GLE 63, it has parking assist. So you can drive forward and search for empty spaces. Now this customer spec'd this with the piano black lacquer wood trim. You can see it all on the center console, the grab handle, and on the door panels. It's also on the steering wheel with Nappa leather side grips with 12 o'clock marker and Nappa leather. We get the AMG drive unit as of 2020. So you can scroll through different driving modes. The seats are directly out of the E-Class. They contour the body really well. And within the menu, you can select seats and go through different massage functions with variable intensity and dynamic seat bolstering. So when you're turning sharply, these side bolsters will inflate to keep your body in place. In the old models, you had a fixed metal moonroof, no glass. New for 2019 and up, we now have the conventional sunroof moonroof with exposed window. So now you can bring more light inside the cabin, which you couldn't on the previous model. And this is important. Inside we have, finally, cup holders. The older model had such a narrow center console that they had a basketball hoop style cup holder mounted on the footwell of the passenger side. Now with the larger center console, there's plenty of space for 2 large cup holders, and you can hide it away with this beautiful piano black wood. Now when you first get into the G-Wagon, immediately you feel you're in something capable. And I'm not talking about its performance and power, because it's got plenty of that. The chassis is so rigid, you feel every crevice in the road. Unlike most new AMG models with the fake exhaust cutouts, this retains the true AMG performance exhaust with twin tailpipes coming from either side. Even in its comfort setting, the suspension's tough. The exhaust, it sounds deep Sport Plus, everything changes. The bumps are like jolts to your back. If you've ever had the opportunity to be inside one of these, it's something very special. You sit up really high, you feel like a king sitting in his throne, overlooking the peasants on the streets. The car makes such a presence, like it's telling everybody, just get out of my way. The king is driving. Shifts crazy. And no, you don't have total confidence that you're going to take it into a corner like a race car. Don't get me wrong. But it does feel solid. Anybody who's anybody is buying up the new G63, from celebrities to professional athletes to successful business owners. And you know what? It's worth every penny. No other performance SUV looks or feels like the G-Wagon. It makes such a statement, and that's really what it comes down to. This is a symbol of affluence. Sure, you can buy any top-of-the-line Range Rover or Bentley Bentayga or Lambo truck, but this is even more brash. It's even more baller. God, that's fun.